Manifestation isn't always linear, and there's different ways in which you can manifest due to your personality type. So in this video, we're going to deep dive into which personality type you are and how you can manifest in a way that works best and complements your energy. Now, I do want to give a mini disclaimer. In this video, I talk about how I no longer want to use the word manifest because it's been oversaturated, and you'll hear me go over and briefly let you know that I'm going to be using the word enticing or attracting things to you, just because the word manifestation has been outplayed and oversaturated. So just to switch things up a bit, I'm going to be using the word enticing. Enjoy the video. I fucking hate manifestation. I feel like it's a fluke. I feel like it's just spiritual mumbo jumbo that doesn't really work, and it's just all delusion. I just fucking hate manifestation. In this video, I'm playing devil's advocate because I feel you, especially if you feel like manifestation just hasn't been working for you. You're just kind of like, F that shit, like what manifestation? I feel you, and I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Manifestation has been just newly invited into pop culture, I would say around 2020. But before pop culture kind of took a grab of manifestation, at the core of it, manifestation was mainly for like the handpan drum community. And if you know what a handpan drum is, you know what I'm talking about. So it hasn't really gotten into pop culture, but now that manifestation is in pop culture, there's so much going on.
About these windows. So I used to live in a little teeny tiny studio apartment with an itty bitty window that faced a brick wall, and I would lay there every single day and I'd close my eyes and I visualize having huge floor to ceiling windows with views like this.
Really changed my life. If you don't believe and you're a skeptic, listen to this. When I was living in a trailer, completely broke, I had not
assumed that everything was gonna work out in your favor. Watch. So a bit of a backstory, I work at a college when the semester starts. So I was like, hey, is your schedule yet? Because I haven't heard back yet. And
So please explain it to me, somebody.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Desserts. This was my selection of food. I was just so freaking happy to be here.
And then something told me to just, Yovi, like, be still, you know? And then I started to pray. I just call out on God, I call to the universe, and I'm like, okay.
Especially when you have a lot of different people who are kind of new to it and they still kind of try to, I guess, add their 2 cents into manifestation, which is completely fine. But when you have those people who kind of make it seem like it's such an easy thing and, oh yeah, all you gotta do is believe, and if you believe, it'll come to you and you don't have to do anything. Just write it down and let it come to you. Like, it's just not realistic. And I definitely was caught up in that way of manifestation, or that way of attracting things in my life in the beginning, because I was young, and some of these spiritual gurus really didn't hit the key points on what you actually need to do to actually manifest something to you. I don't even like the word manifest anymore. I kind of want to come up with a different name. Everybody's saying it, and it's just like they're taking it and they're blowing it out of proportion. Leave it up to Gen Z and the young millennials. Leave it up to us to do that. I'm going to start saying enticing. Enticing is, I'm going to replace the word manifestation with enticing things to you, because I'm just so done with manifestation. And I'm with you, sis. Let me kind of break down to you why it might not work for you. And let me also break down to you how you can kind of shift your perspective on it. Not only reprogram your perspective from what these spiritual gurus have been teaching you, but also realign your force and energy with what I'm about to tell you right now. So in this video, I'm not going to be saying manifestation, and I feel like it's just going to be hella annoying. I'm going to be saying enticing. The door's going to close, isn't it? Not everybody attracts and entices things to them in the same way. Some spiritual gurus give this vague explanation for manifestation, Think of what you want, let it go, and take minor action, and it'll attract to you. But let's get deep into why this doesn't work for everybody. Let's talk about introverts. When it comes to enticing things to you and attracting things to you that you would like to have in this lifetime, putting yourself out there is going to be very prominent for you. Unlike extroverts, introverts, you need to do what's best for you and put yourself out there in a sense of not taking forceful action. But if you're an introvert, your personality type's more so going to be more inward. You might spend a lot of time alone, or you might spend a lot of time in your room somewhere, or somewhere outside, but you're by yourself or you're with few selective people. The way you can attract more abundance into your life, you need to start putting yourself in certain positions or situations. Just place yourself there and let it attract to you. Because as an introvert, you're not going to go out there and, you're going to more so not want to take as much forceful action and like, hey, I'm doing this and would you like to clap with me because I like to and I want to grow this and that. That's not your personality type. An introvert's more so kind of to themselves. You might banter here and there, but you're not really the type of person to go out there and say, oh yeah, like, let's get it. Like, I want it. I'm going to go out there and get it. Like, you're going to go out there and get it, but use your inward energy. You can go out there and get it inward. You don't have to try to take action outside of yourself. You can take action within yourself and let it attract to you because you're an introvert. That's fine. You have that more, you have that pulling energy. You have that pulling force because of who you are as a person. Like, I know for me, or for some people, when you see an introvert or you see somebody kind of like in the corner and by themselves or kind of mysterious, you kind of want to go talk to that person because you're like, oh yeah, like, why are you just like over there? So for an introvert, you don't have to put yourself in a position of opportunity and then go out there and try to attract it heavy. You can just put yourself in a state of being, put yourself in a state of mind to know that you're worthy of what you want to attract first. That's the inward work. Once you feel wholeheartedly confident in yourself and yeah, I want this car and I know I'm going to get it. I've seen it in my visions. Deep within my prayer, I can see it, so I know it's mine. So once you fix that inward self and you internally know it's yours, okay, this will come the movement part. Take movement, right? So you're going to move. You're going to go out there. Go car hunting. You might take this is you moving, mind you. This is not action. So by you moving your energy now that you have it within you, you're moving around now and you're going to different places. You know exactly what car you want. This is an example. You know exactly what car you want, what it looks like, what it feels like to have it. Now you're going out there and looking for that same model, same interior color, all of it. Now you're taking movement. You're going out there. You're seeing what car you like. You're car shopping. You're just kind of window shopping, if you will. The car salesman might come up to you and, hey, what are you looking for? I'm just looking around and tell them what model you like. And, you tell them what you like and they might help you find it. Maybe that car dealership didn't have it. On to the next. Right? That's you taking movement, but you're not forceful with it. Just go window shopping. You don't have to go out there and say, no, today I'm going to get my car. No. Just window shop. And by you just window shopping and not really expecting to get it today, like, I'm just going to look to see. I'm not going to really force anything or try to buy one today. Whenever we're in that energy, we somehow tend to attract things a lot more quicker because you're radiating out loud. You're illuminating this sense of magnetic aura field energy that you don't need it. And now the universe is reciprocating that, like, oh, when you're in the energy of, oh, I don't need it, but I'll get it one day, you attract it more faster because you're not fighting the higher power. You're not fighting to get it. You're allowing it to come to you. I use that car thing as an example. Another thing can be friends, right? If you're an introvert, you most likely won't go out that much. That's just what introverts do. They love their alone time. They love spending time by themselves. So you guys might banter, but let's say you're an introvert and one thing you want to entice to you or attract is more friends of your frequency, friends who are like-minded like you. They like what you like, X, Y, Z. Cool. You don't have to actively try to ask people to hang out. What you can do as an introvert to manifest, what you can do as an introvert to entice these friends to you is simply go outside. You can go by yourself. Go to a park, go to the mall by yourself. Especially if you live in a big city, going to the mall by yourself, dressing how you want to dress. Like, this might sound hella shallow, but if you have like a certain aesthetic of friends that you want, like you have your own aesthetic and you want your friends to look like that as well, dress like that aesthetic, dress that way, and go out to the mall by yourself. You might walk in the mall one day and you're to yourself because you're an introvert, but you're out there in the mall, you're taking movement, but you're not like forcing it. And some girl's like, oh my God, I fucking love your top. Where did you get it? And then y'all are bantering, and now she might become your friend. You see what I'm saying? So introverts, you don't have to forcefully try to manifest things. You might even manifest things through an individual who you know, or through a friend, a friend of a friend. Like, you might want this certain money opportunity, and let's say your friend knows a friend who does, you know what I'm saying? So introverts, you more so entice things to you that way. So don't go out there and force things. You might think you have to take action. No, you don't. It's not going to work that way because you're an introvert. You have more inward energy. And an introvert too, like, you can be an extroverted person but still be an introvert at heart. Do you know what I mean? So if you find yourself not being able to attract things when you take action, it's probably because you have more introverted energy. Although you're an extroverted person at your root core, at your soul, so you might have to attract things in a more softer way, not taking too much action. Maybe through a friend you might entice these things to you, or maybe just putting yourself in a position to let these things come to you. Don't go out there and go look for it, because it's not going to work that way for you. And now we're going to get into extroverts. If you find yourself to be more extroverted, right? This could be a personality type, or this can be who you are at your core soul. You might have extroverted tendencies, but you still claim yourself to be an introvert, or vice versa. This is your soul's energy. And this can't lie, because it'll tell how you entice things to you or manifest things to you. You might entice things to you in a way that's more so outward. You're not more inward like the introverts. You're outward. So for you extroverts, you might entice or attract things that you want to you or need to you by taking movement, putting yourself in a position of opportunity. So for introverts, I use the example of like going car shopping, like looking for your dream car, looking for friends. For extroverts, I'll use something more career-wise. Like, let's say you want to be a photographer, and you are a extroverted energy soul person. You want to be a photographer. You want to up your photographer career, and you really want to entice or manifest this for you. Extroverted souls, you need to take more outward energy. Your personality type, you're naturally going to have friends. You're naturally going to be around people who you know. You're naturally going to know somebody who knows a friend, who knows a friend, who knows a friend, who knows a friend, because you're always outside. You're extroverted. You know everybody. You hang out with a lot of people. You have a lot of family who you can call up. You have even if you don't have family, you have friends. And if you don't have friends, you have somebody. Like extroverts, you even have strangers. Extroverts, you can talk to anybody. You have anybody. Did I forget to say that we moved near a fire station? Yeah. Things might not seem that hard for you. Things might seem more effortless for you because you don't need to try hard. Your personality type already does these things where it's more outward. You already are like subconsciously taking action, and it might not even feel like action for you. You're making that movement, but you're also taking that extra step because you know certain things. Extroverts, you can do certain things, or you know somebody who knows somebody, if that makes sense. So you wanted to be a photographer. You might do things. You might put yourself out there, and you might do it well. Some people don't do well with putting themselves out there, like introverts. It might not work for them. But you as an extrovert, yeah, post your business card, make that Instagram page and post on it. Tell a friend to post you. That's more of your energy. You might ask somebody like, hey, do you know somebody who is really good at photography and can kind of teach me a few things? So you might manifest in a more action-based way that's effortless because you just know so many goddamn people. And if you don't know people, you know things or like loopholes or ways to kind of make your way around it. So it's not going to be that hard for you. After you ask a friend who asks a friend, you get better at your skill set because you met somebody, and after you met that person, you guys are able to collab together, grow and build together, and boom, now your photography business is booming and people are calling you and booking you for photo shoots. You see what I'm saying? So go go out there. Like, don't be scared to put yourself out there, because you extrovert, you putting yourself out there is going to complement your energy so well. I mean, so well. Like, you don't be shy, because extroverts can get shy too, but don't be shy. Like, you would know if you're an extroverted soul or not, because you will know that taking movement and then once you move, taking more action after you move, that works for you. You don't just sit there, keep moving. You know what I mean? Extroverts, like, introverts will move, take that movement and sit there because they can do that. Extroverts, you have to keep moving. Like, you'll notice, like, if you do one thing, you kind of got to do another thing to really bring it into you. That's your energy. So don't be shy to take some more action. Don't be shy to make that phone call. And 9 times out of 10, you're not shy. But there's some shy extroverts out there. Don't be shy. It'll work for you. You might feel like you might have to work a little bit harder than others, or some of you guys might be so extroverted and like aligned with it that it won't feel that hard for you. Like, yeah, you'll take action, and after that, you're good. Let's move on to ambiverts. You might have ambivert personality type, or your inward energy and soul might have that personality type. You might feel like sometimes you want to talk to people and sometimes you don't want to talk to people. Cool. Welcome. Bienvenido. You're going to be a mixture of what the introverts got and what the extroverts got. You kind of got to figure out what situation it is that you want to entice or manifest to you. You kind of got to, it's a case by case thing with introverts, okay? So with introverted energy personality types, when it comes to enticing things to you or manifestation, I hate that word. It's a case by case thing for real. Like, you have to figure out, you really have to tap into your intuition. And I feel like ambiverts are highly intuitive people, and you have to be, because you kind of have to know what case needs what kind of energy. Sometimes you might have to like put in more effort and put in a little bit more energy, work, and movement towards something you want. And sometimes you can just move one time and leave it there and let it come to you. You see what I'm saying, ambiverts? It's a case by case thing with you. So I would advise you to watch the introverted part and extroverted part, because it's both. But I can kind of explain it to here too as well for you. It's going to be shorter because it's more so intuition based thing for you, ambiverts. It's not really like it's this or that. Like, you have to kind of figure it out for yourself. And that's sometimes what you might feel like too. Like, oh, sometimes I have to do it myself. And ambiverts, you do. You can't really depend on other people to help bring this stuff to you all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes you can. One small best course of action or movement towards something that you want, because in my previous video that I'm posting before this, I talk about how action and movement, there's a fine line between movement and action. Like, action's more forceful and like masculine, and like movement's more like feminine, more like effortless. Whole different topic for a different day. But you might have to take a movement. Well, hold on. You have to take introverts and extroverts and ambiverts. All of you guys have to take movement. You cannot try to entice things to you without moving. You have to move. And moving can mean just putting yourself in a position to attract that opportunity towards you. So you want to be a model. Okay, you have to submit some submissions to some modeling agencies and managements. That's just number one. You have to. But after you take that movement, leave it there. You might have to just leave it there. Or you might have to nudge a bit and take further courses of action and movement towards it, you know? And that's more extroverted energy. Or you could just be more introverted and just, here's my submissions, and that's it. And they'll come to you. So it really depends. Ambiverts is a case-by-case thing, like I said. Watch the introverted chapter and watch the extroverted chapter, and you'll see what I'm talking about there for you. I'm going to end the outro here. Like I said, I changed my vocabulary. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. And manifestation is just something that I no longer want to carry in my vocabulary just because it's so oversaturated. Change your mind. Figure out what personality type you are. I hope that this helps you figure out what works for you.